Welcome to Sports for Supper on the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. Sports for Supper, a weekly look at what's happening in area sports. And now, the hosts of Sports for Supper, Maury Stein and Jared Lucky.
Good evening and welcome to the Medina Valley Broadcast Network's broadcast of Sports for Supper, brought to you by the family over at Dotson House Moving. I'm Jeff Stivers tonight, filling in for Jared Lucky, who he and his wife had a baby girl.
Second one.
Yep, second baby girl last week. So he's taking the week off to he's got maternity leave right now.
Yes.
And next to me is, as always, the omnivorous Maury Stein.
Whatever that means.
I don't know what it means either. It sounded good. And we're joined tonight once again by Coach Bull, the athletic director at Medina Valley. Welcome, Coach Bull.
Thank you for having me again.
All right. So let's without further ado, let's get this show started. Coach Bull, go ahead and give us your state of the district.
Give you an update on what's happened since the last time we talked.
Yes, sir.
So girls basketball has finally got through their scrimmage season and started their regular season. Unfortunately, they started with some tough losses to Kerrville-Tivy on Friday, and then last night to Bernie High. And then they start their tournament this weekend at Harlandale. Boys basketball is just getting started with their scrimmages. They'll be at Madison on Friday night to finally get the opportunity to play an opponent and see how well they're kind of get a measuring stick on where they're at to start their season. We know that volleyball wrapped up last week, but they had their all-district meeting. Our girls, we had one girl make first-team all-district. We had three that made second-team all-district. But probably the most impressive thing was every single one of our girls were academic all-district.
Oh, great.
So everyone on the team, including the team manager, had a minimum of 90% on their average of all of their class scores. So
wow.
That was pretty impressive that they took care of it on the court and in the classroom.
Absolutely.
Yep. Any academic all-staters?
Those haven't came out yet. We have some that are nominated.
Yep.
The deadline on that was the first. Okay. Tennis came out today. So I anticipate that volleyball will be out tomorrow or Friday. We should know by then.
Awesome. Great news. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Swimming is full swing now. So this past weekend, we had two different locations. We sent two of our swimmers and divers and one diver up to David Johnson Fall Classic, where they got the opportunity to compete against 27 different schools.
Wow.
It was a qualifying event. Our senior, Garrett Davis, walked away from that with second place overall in the 5A division. So we had a good showing up there. The rest of the team competed at SAISD, and both the boys and the girls came in fifth place in their respective divisions. So, again, good showing for a new coach and trying to get that program up and running.
Diving, right?
Swimming and diving. We have one diver.
Okay.
For the first time ever, we have a diver.
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
Other than what things going on, middle school soccer, boys started this week as well as middle school basketball starts this week. And
they split. So the boys will be in soccer right now and the girls are in basketball.
Yes, and then they'll flip when we come back from Christmas, mid-January.
Right.
Other things going on around the district, we have a groundbreaking for high school number 2 tomorrow.
Woohoo!
So we get to don our hard hats and grab the golden shovel and get ready for that development. We're continuing to work on proposing new improvements to Medina Valley High School. Obviously, we're building a new one, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we're taking care of all the upgrades to our current one. And then this morning, we had a signing day. National Signing Day was today, and Jaslyn Garcia, our cross-country runner, signed with West Texas College. And Aubrey Dominguez, one of our softball players, signed with Minden College this morning.
Good.
So
wow.
We've got a couple more that made that top 2% that get the opportunity to play at the next level.
Yep. That's
is
great.
awesome.
I'm sure this is just early signing period, so there's going to be more to sign later on.
Yes, we'll have 2 more, one in February and one in May.
Yeah, so that's great.
Which is the biggest one? Usually in February is
February
pretty much
4th,
the biggest
yeah,
one.
that
Or?
is usually the bigger one.
Yeah, they started this early signing period here about 5-6 years ago,
Yes, sir.
and just kind of give some of these others an opportunity to go ahead and sign early because they already committed.
Oh,
So they
okay.
don't because they go into a dead period here
Right.
around Christmas time, and there's no communication. So the coaches get out a little earlier and recruit a little earlier, and
So this
get
was
commitments.
the first non-football group that gets to sign.
Oh, okay.
Right. That's awesome news. Tell us one question I had. You were talking about the new high school and new facility over there. Those facilities are going to be, and I don't know how to say this, but they're going to be basically sub-varsity facilities for right now because of the way that the legislature set up the different bondings.
Only with football.
Oh, is it just with football? So that we'll have a gym large enough
Yes.
to accommodate?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. Baseball field,
Baseball, softball,
softball. Okay, so they'll have all the facilities except a football stadium.
Yeah,
And
we'll
the
have
football
seating
stadium
for 900.
Okay, for 900. That was my next question. And then I guess in the plans, possibly, are they going to try to make that stadium larger? Or
That is our
gonna
goal,
be
to be able to have
two separate
two separate
stadiums?
stadiums.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, things have changed. Just wanted to clarify
Yes.
that to all three people that are listening right now to make sure they understand that there will have to be another bond eventually if any upgrades were going to be done to anything like that. I
Right,
guess.
and some of the and that's one of the things that we're working on now is including in that bond. What is it we need to improve on Medina Valley High School?
Yeah, district-wide.
District-wide. So it's not revolving just around adding seats at high school number 2. It's
Right.
what can we do to improve all of our facilities?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I talked to a couple of people that were on the bond committee that
Did they
got
take
the
the
tour,
tour?
that went on the tour last week, and really without even prompting one of the individuals said our athletic facilities are horrible. I said yes. I said I know several head coaches that pulled their name out of the hat when they came up here and saw the facilities.
Right.
I said we are behind in our facilities, but it's good to know that they're looking, they're taking looks, and people are noticing.
Yes.
So that will always help. I did see one of the major bonds across the state last night did not pass.
Is that Midland?
Prosper.
Oh, Prosper's.
Prosper was trying to get a $92 million stadium built.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're a large district. I mean,
Yep.
they've got 4 or 5 high schools now.
They do now, yes.
And so they were trying to get a big stadium built, but it failed. It didn't fail by much, like 1,000 votes out of 12,000 something. So, but yeah, it did not pass. So did you say Midland also?
Midland has a real big one that's out there right now as well.
Yeah, and it didn't pass.
I haven't seen.
Hadn't seen.
No, sir. That's what I thought you were. I just saw that it was up for proposal.
Yeah, yeah. So and it all is separate now. So, and I know this doesn't really involve athletics, but the state band competition is going on at the Alamo Dome this week.
Yes.
And the Hondo Owl band down the road competed today. But I got to go see my niece compete, and that's the neatest thing. I mean, it was great because I was there for 15 minutes. But it's the neatest thing to see, a state band competition and to see the differences. They're up. She goes to Liberty Hill, but to see the difference in that area and how they project their band to what you see down here in our stadiums, because a lot of the band performances we see, they're all about the same.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not even going to act like I know what I'm talking about. But the Liberty Hill, they recognize the percussion, and she plays the marimba, which is a huge bell down on the front, and she was getting into it. And it was the greatest thing. So I was
Yes, sir.
happy to go down to the Alamo Dome and see the band competition. But Coach, I don't know what else. What else you got?
Nothing.
We're moving into winter, man.
Yep.
Golly, hunting season's here.
Soccer season's
Soccer
almost
season.
here.
Soccer season's almost here. Did you find you a place to hunt yet?
I know.
Yeah, me either. I've been here 30 years. I still hadn't found a place to hunt, so
No.
don't feel bad.
No. Right now, my focus is
Other important things.
making sure our kids are taken care
Yeah,
of.
Coach,
there you go.
get used to this word because I'm still one. It's
There you go.
a frimdy. A frimdy. We're frimdies. You and me, we're frimdies. We're in the same boat. That's an outsider in Alsatian, okay? That's what we are. So I don't get Mari's got 3 hunting places, but I let him take my kids every so often if they
There
need
you
to
go.
shoot something.
Yep.
So, well, Coach, we appreciate it. And, we hope and we pray that we see you back here next Wednesday, because that means we won Friday night and we're going to continue rolling.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
So, and, maybe in the spring, I think we talked about doing something last year that we may have a spring show.
Yes, sir.
One-time deal where we bring in,
Baseball,
softball,
track.
and talk to some of those kids. We've talked about it in the past, but it's just never got off the road.
Yes.
So we may do something like that. But we're grateful for you this year coming in and keeping everybody posted on what the going-ons are for,
Absolutely. Happy
Panther
to be a part of
Athletics.
it.
And keep up the awesome work.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move right along here, and we're going to take a break and listen to some of our advertisers. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network, brought to you by Dotson House Moving.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a fourth-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you. Sammy's Restaurant and Habeas Alsatian Bakery, two legendary landmarks in Castroville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Castroville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Habeas Alsatian Bakery a must-to-visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Habeas Alsatian Bakery, online at habeasbakery.com.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas, has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. For the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tondre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices.
Welcome back here to Sammy's and Sports for Supper show, brought to you by Dotson Home Movers. We are joined now by, Roger Bame. Roger Bame making his presence known.
It's enchilada night
It's
tonight.
enchilada night. So we're talking about golf stories, but we do have Coach Britt here tonight. And Coach Britt, congratulations on
Thank you.
another smooth victory.
Yeah.
We talked during the broadcast. I don't know. I couldn't hardly talk during the broadcast. I've been fighting this crud. But we did talk a little bit during the game. It's like I'm sure the coaches want things to look crisp and look sharp and get injury-free and, get out of all this, doing all this stuff. And then first drive of the game was not too bad. But then the second drive, you guys got a little sloppy. But worked itself out, scored a lot of points, and you took care of your business, and then the other people down the road in Laredo took care of their business, you end up with the third seed.
Ended up in third.
So congratulations for that.
Appreciate it. I wish we would have played better. I didn't think we played bad by any means. I did think we got a little sloppy. We made a couple mistakes, put the ball on the ground when we shouldn't have. That really is the takeaway from it to me. We did what we needed to do against Figueroa, and it came out of with a big victory, which is fine. The last game, potential home game for the seniors. And so you always want them to, you want to go out on a high note. You want to play well, and at times we did. But, we did do a couple things that irritated me a little bit. So,
but you did get a lot of seniors into the game.
We did. We
you
did.
even got De La Garza got a touchdown. You got Anthony Guerrero back in the game. He got a touchdown. Some
De Los
guys.
Santos.
De Los Santos. Yeah, not De La Garza. Yeah. So there were some positives.
I will say something about that. They started running the clock on me in the fourth, which kind of irritated me.
I think it was actually in the third, Coach.
Oh, well.
It was the
we
end
noticed
of the third,
it in the beginning of the fourth, and I'm like, whoa, we need to stop that. Like, we were trying to still get a few guys in that we really wanted to get in. But it's like you're playing the fine line. You don't want to pull the starters in too early because you don't want them to get, relaxed. You want them to stay in game shape because you're getting ready to, make a playoff run. But then again, you don't want anybody hurt, so like you're playing that when you come back out in a half, for the first few minutes of the third, and then they started running that deal, and I'm like, God dang it, let's stop it, and so I finally got it to play it right. But, there was a couple we weren't able to get in, which, was upsetting to me because ultimately we were trying to get everybody in.
But there's been other games that have been that big a discrepancy, and they never run the clock.
I don't know.
It just struck.
They didn't even tell me. They didn't even say anything to me. That
don't
irritated
they have
me.
to confront?
They are supposed to confide in both sides, and they did not. And so then that was my argument with them. Once I'm like, look up, and I'm like, oh, crap, this thing's rolling. We're talking on a headset. This thing's still going. No. What are we doing? Stop the dang clock. Play it right. We're still trying to get kids. It ain't fair for them. Like, they worked all week. They need to get in, and – so anyway, it just is what it is.
Yeah,
so
they did start it in the third period is when I
right
noticed.
At the end of it, we noticed.
Yeah, I noticed it right at the start of the fourth, and so then that's when we started talking to them, trying to get it into.
Yeah,
and when you see that, we automatically assume that they confided in both coaches. They both agreed that, hey, it's.
No.
Yeah, and there was a couple of guys running the clock upsters that we've had before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We knew
And
those
the guys running the clock upstairs are good guys.
They didn't have any say over
them.
it.
Yeah,
It was
I
the
speak to
referee.
them all the time. They actually head up the arbiter stuff, and then they're the ones that do a lot of the assignings. So, like Rudy Bali, I talked to him a lot.
Was that Bali
That
up
was
there?
Bali up there, yeah. And so,
seen him in so
we
long.
get a sheet. We know who's coming most of the time. So, anyway, they never confided in me, which once I realized it and I start yelling at them, I'm like, what are we doing? Nobody ever talked to me. Then they stopped it. But it is what it is. So.
Well, it was a good win, and, of course, like I mentioned earlier, Laredo Martin held on and beat Laredo Nixon, and which, I'm not going to mention any names, but the guy sitting to my right said they couldn't beat him, and it happened.
I'm pretty sure I said that they could.
You said that they're playing the best out of anybody.
Yeah, and they were. And you go back and look at scores. Even against Southside, they lost, but they played them, fairly close.
Yeah, Coach Charles did a good job. That back is pretty good for Laredo Martin, and we were able to fly around and keep them contained. And what they do, they control the clock pretty well, and they're going to run the football. And so when you do that, the clock ticks. And so if you can force some 3-and-outs and get a spread offense off the field, it benefits the team.
I don't know what happened at the end of that game either because we were watching
We
it.
know.
You know.
I know.
Okay.
We know.
Go ahead. Tell us about it then.
Would you like to know?
Would you like to know? Go ahead.
Did they go for two?
So, no. So what I was told
Worse.
was 4th and 15, Laredo Nixon scored. To go down 1 and got a taunting penalty and forced a 15-yard taunting penalty and missed the extra point.
That's the second extra point they missed on the night because they missed their first one, too.
Yeah, but this one was 15 yards further back.
Yeah, it's 15 yards further
Wow.
back. For at least that's from what I heard. I was not there.
Wow.
I did talk to Coach Charles that evening I guess right after our game.
Yeah.
So I did talk to him, and that's what I was told.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
So Martin's in the playoffs.
Well, Martin is
and
fourth. Yeah.
That knocked Nixon out.
That knocked Nixon out.
It makes you wonder what their decision would have been if they wouldn't have had to.
Yeah, would you go for it?
Conduct
This
with
saw
the
that in
win.
I
college.
would have went for 2.
Saw that
I
in
can tell
college
you what my
football
decision
several
would have been.
times.
I'm not going to sit there and try to play a tie ball game most times. I'm going to try to win that deal and go.
Yeah.
So what challenges are we facing Friday?
So let's set this stage.
Okay.
Let's
All
set
right,
the
let's set
stage
the
first.
stage.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So first, there was a possibility that we were going to be playing Miller, who's averaging well over 60 points a game in district, scoring and not giving up many. If you were to finish 4th in district, but by virtue of Laredo Martin's victory over Nixon
And the Panthers.
And
take
the
care of
Panthers
business.
take care of
victory.
business.
That thrust us into 3rd place, which we avoid Miller, but at the same time, you still get a Victoria East squad who's pretty good. And
But Victoria East gets a Medina Valley squad.
that's
pretty
getting
good.
better and is
Amen.
probably as healthy as they've been all year at this point,
And hungry.
and hungry.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how this is all panned out, and of course the first 2 teams get in the first round get a home game.
field. Yep.
Okay, first round only.
Yep.
So that means we're going to Victoria's Memorial Stadium.
We are.
And,
we are 7 o'clock kickoff Friday night.
Friday night against Victoria East Titans.
When are the Panthers heading out?
We are leaving at 1:10.
1:10.
So we're going to get on the bus at 1:10. Our normal routine on Friday, they'll come in at 8:20. We'll pass out jerseys and we'll check off make sure kids are there. I don't like any surprises during the athletic period. So, like, if there's a kid missing in the morning, I need to know, like, at 8:30 in the morning. So they all check in with me or Coach Medley or Coach Lynn Hart. Then they'll go to class. They'll come down during the athletic period. We kind of changed our athletic period a little bit. I guess 2 or 3 weeks after the bye week, we started kicking the field on the day of the game instead of the day before the game. So we will kick the field, which is like our specials. We'll go through situations. It's kind of a mock game.
Yeah.
With substitutions on and off. It takes about 26 minutes if you do it pretty good. And so we'll go through that. It has all of our end-of-the-game situations in it. So we'll go through that, and then we'll have possible guest speaker come out, talk to them briefly. They're going to go in. They're going to grab some lunch. They're going to come back in the locker room. They're going to already be packed and ready to go. We're going to get on the bus at 1:10 and head to Victoria. So,
Awesome. All right, so now stage is set. Now, Coach,
Okay.
tell us about the Victoria East Titans.
Well, what I can tell you is that entire district is actually pretty good. When we were watching, we were preparing. We had gotten film on everybody that we potentially was going to play, and so we were watching them last week, honestly, while we were preparing for Cigarro. Not that we were overlooking them, but we wanted to get a little bit of a jump start. So we had a couple games in on them. And so what I can tell you about Victoria East, Coach Reed does a great job with them. Extremely experienced offensive coordinator, offensive mind. He's got some collegiate level coaching years ago. He's now down Compost, so that whole family's got some genes, and so he's done a good job. They are extremely fast. They run extremely well. I don't really believe that they're just humongous. They're not going to be the biggest O-line or D-line that we've seen all year. That we have to give that to John Jay, but they are extremely athletic. And so on the defensive side, I can tell you they're going to play an even front early downs, play a 4-2-5 scheme with the nickel on the field. Number 2, his last name is Soto. He leads the team in tackles, him and the 2 inside backers, which are sophomores. The scheme, they kind of know what you're going to get in the early downs against them. They just fly around. They make plays. And then they will mix in an odd front. They'll substitute on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7, and we'll get an odd front, play a Tampa 2 look, split field coverage a little bit in that deal. Put us in, favorable passing situations. They'll add a DB or 2 out there and try to stop us from being able to do that, play the numbers game. So defensively, that's what we're going to get. They, like I said, they're not overly humongous kids. They got a couple kids going both ways. Number 7 on the back end is a skill kid for them, a very, very explosive receiver. And then number 5, who is their best corner, in my opinion. 6 pretty good too. 5's pretty good. He plays on both sides, pretty explosive. He plays as a receiver as well. So those 2 kids you'll see on both sides of the ball for them. And so, excited. You kind of know what we're going to get defensively. You're always going to go into a game. They'll have some adjustments, so we'll have to be able to make some adjustments too. But yeah, we're pretty much ready to go, and I can let Coach Madley talk a little bit more about them. But defense, their offense. So I'll talk about that, and I'll let Coach Madley kind of add in a little bit on their defense. Their offense, in my opinion, is their strength. Okay, if I had to pick a side of the ball that they're the best at, it would be that. They have a very explosive receiver / wildcat quarterback, number one. He can pretty much take it the distance at any time, kind of like our number one. He touches the ball like he's got some ability, and this kid's got some ability. This kid's about 205 pounds, 210, something like that, a big old kid, and he can get it. He can run. Their scheme, they're going to do a lot of shifting, a lot of motioning, trying to out-leverage the defense. For the most part, from that point on, the scheme, they're going to run, your basic spread stuff with some wham and some other additions, RPOs and things like that. But they're trying to out-leverage you and out-scheme you by all the movement and all the shifting. The quarterback, I believe, is number 12. We've been looking at so many numbers today, but we had another meeting today, so that's why. But number 12 is their guy. He's pretty good. Honestly, he's fast. The difference between these guys, these are like one cut, get downhill, try to run you over, but they're pretty athletic. And so he's actually pretty good as well. And they have another sophomore that they bring in. Both quarterbacks have big arms. Sometimes can be a little inaccurate if we can get pressure on them. But they do have.
What kind of percentages you got there, run pass?
I'd have to ask Coach Linhart on a run pass.
Are they going to throw the ball?
They're going to run the ball.
They're going to run the ball.
They're going to run the ball on us. At least give it a whirl, and then they're going to screen us.
You said
like
earlier,
numbers I'd have to get.
Their number one is the running back.
Number one plays receiver.
Oh, receiver,
running back, and wildcat quarterback.
Yeah, okay, they move him around. Everywhere. Okay, gotcha.
He's going to be everywhere. He's just going to touch the ball. My guess, 12 to 18 times, 16 times, something like that.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here looking at their scores and their record, and Veterans Memorial played them the closest.
But that game's a little misleading, and I'm just not taking away anything from Coach Bittner or anything like that from Vets. And Vets is a well-coached football team, but they Victoria East turned it over 3 times inside the 20. So
there's something you can look forward to.
Amen on that. So don't get me wrong. Trash can will travel. Trash can will travel.
Turnovers,
and so they did turn it over 3 times inside the 20. So that game probably
and keep the ball away from them.
Yeah,
I mean, keep the ball away from that explosive offense. And I do see the Miller score here. I said Miller averages over 60 points a game, and they didn't disappoint against a very good Victoria East team as they put 66 on the board against them. So, they do have some lopsided games, and they have a few close ones. So,
of course.
So do we.
100%.
So do we. Yeah.
I'll let Coach Medley talk a little bit
go ahead.
about their
welcome.
One other question, Coach. As far as the teams that we could have faced, would you say that we match up against Victoria East as well as
we match up great.
Here you go. Here's the list. The 3 possibilities was Miller, Vets, and Victoria East. We did not want to play Miller. All right, real talk. The East we knew was athletic and good, so then that was the second one we didn't want to play. We ultimately wanted to play Vets. Like if I could,
revenge.
Yes, it was revenge after last year. That was the game that I wanted to. Like if I could just pick the 3, that would be who I would want to play.
Okay.
Didn't work out. Playing East, that would be the middle one. And it's okay. Let's play. Let's line up and knock heads and let's get after it a little bit. So
yeah. All right.
I had an idea of the playoff shirt that we should have had, and the way I had it worded, it was about to end the drought.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
that's
that would have stuck or not.
I will talk about that actually a little bit. It's been since 2009 since the playoff win here in Castroville. The kids have known that. That's not been a secret. We actually have a poster. Miss Winters made us a poster, and it's 5 over 30. in our locker room, and that means that there's 5 playoff wins in 30 years here at Medina Valley. 2 of those came in the exact same year.
Yes.
And so, needless to say, that has been on the mind going since day one. That has not changed. So, I mean, this is a business trip. We're going down trying to win a football game.
It's been on the minds of the fans for a while, too.
Well, yeah, we're doing everything we can to try to make that deal happen. And the kids know we have not. We worked all day Sunday. We worked all day Saturday. Kids have been coming in normal 7:30. We ain't changed anything that we're doing. We just got off practice field at 6:30.
Now that you mention it, has Medina Valley ever won a 5A game, playoff game? Because
2009 was the last win. I'd have to go back and
I don't
look
think
at
we
it.
were 5A then.
That was the year Manziel was at Tivy.
That was 4A. So we were in a 4A district then. So Medina
But
Valley.
the 5A at that time was the biggest, right? And then
Yes.
it jumped. So
So we were 4A at that time. So so there's another feather in your cap.
Oh no, and they know.
No 5A
we have
wins
not
in the
kept that
playoffs.
deal a secret from the kids. Like, this is a big deal, and they know. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all we've talked about.
Well,
pretty
we're
much
fired
for
up
a
about
month or
it.
two, so.
Out
We'll go
to
ahead.
end the drought.
Let's
Yeah.
talk to Coach
All right, here
Medley,
he
and
is.
we'll come back and get some more from Coach Britt. Coach Medley, offensive coordinator for the Panthers. Welcome. Welcome back. I know he just dragged you over here because he didn't want to hear himself talk all evening, and
He doesn't have a problem hearing himself talking. I think, so.
well, we're glad you're
He
here,
does
Coach
a good
Medley.
job. We
Thanks
like
for having
it.
me.
We love it.
Tell us. So go ahead. Tell us. We heard a little bit about their defense, and that they like to go to an odd front, passing situations. Do they bring a lot of heat? Tell us about y'all's. Don't tell us about your game plan, but tell us about what they're going to show us.
They're going to base out of a 4-2-5. 3rd and long, 3rd and about 6 or 7. They're going to drop into an odd man front, bring that extra safety on the field. We expect, they have a kid number 2. Last name is Soto. He's an outside linebacker. He leads the team in tackles. He's got about 90 tackles or so. Very, very good athletic linebacker. They've got 4 defensive linemen. 2 of them are ridiculously athletic. They're very athletic kids. They got a secondary that's full of athletes, linebackers that are very, very solid linebackers. They don't necessarily blitz a whole lot. They play their base defense, but they're just very fundamentally sound. Coach Britt said a second ago, it seemed like they loaded up their offense with most of their
Skill
their
guys.
stud guys,
Well,
But-
that the offense gets to pick first.
Of course,
whenever
of course,
they,
of course.
that's how that goes.
That's
I know how
that's
that
how it's
works.
intended to be, Number 7, he's their workhorse offensive guy. He also starts at safety. They got a few guys that go both ways. They're fundamentally sound in every facet of their defense, but it does not make them unbeatable. It does not make it where they're invincible with what we're going to do offensively.
Well, and if it's a script of what's happened all year, your defense is going to put you in position to where I would love to have it. Well, I love to have it not even close, but the same situation as it came down to versus Southwest and Southside, that Medina Valley has the ball to win the game, because I think this time this time will be a whole different
Keep it
story.
close.
I firmly believe that our defense can stop anybody. They're that good. And I also believe that offensively, if we put the kids in the best situation for them to have success and they run that play, we'll be fine.
Well, and Coach, they've been in the position to do that. It just hasn't transpired yet.
Sometimes,
but
sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way.
Exactly.
You can, and I've said it before on the show, any sport, no matter what you're doing, you can have the perfect play, perfect everything. You're playing golf, the shot can line up perfectly, and one little thing happens and it just doesn't work. But again, I go back to our kids being resilient. This is my 3rd year here, as you guys know, and I want to say the 3 years before I got here, so we're on like a 5 or 6 game playoff streak. Haven't won a game, obviously in a long time. And the last couple of years, it's been you win that last game in a dogfight, an ugly dogfight, and limp into the playoffs.
yes,
We've got 2 pretty solid games in a row, offensively, defensively, special teams, that we're ramped up and ready to go. And, that last game against Figueroa started off slow offensively, our goal was to score 14 points a quarter, and that's kind of our goal. We scored 7 in the first quarter, and it was kind of an ugly deal. and then exploded for 28 in the second quarter.
They woke up.
And
it was
really,
senior night. It was,
yeah,
different
really,
things going on.
There's a couple of plays in the second quarter. We don't put the ball on the ground. We probably score 42 points in the second quarter, which regardless of who you're playing, 42 points in the quarter is pretty crazy.
Right.
That's like some Big 12 scoring, not like what the SEC does,
But I like what you were saying. You were talking about past playoff games, and it seems like every year, we finish fourth.
Yeah. So
and we went down to the Valley 2 years in a row and played the first place team out of the Valley and played them tough.
Yeah, my first
and had
year
chances
here,
to win.
I believe it was Floresville.
Not last year.
No, the
2
Valley.
Years ago, 2 years ago.
Not
2 years ago,
Corpus,
we played
the Valley.
Floresville the last game. We won. It was a close game. We won the game and went down there and played Mission Vets Memorial, I think is who they're called. And it was another close game, just a dogfight against their number one. And we came a little bit short. And then last year, we had to go to Cigaroa to win that game. And you look back at last year's deal. I mean, Coach Britton, I talk about all the time. We, injury every week. And we limped into that game and somehow pulled it out, won the game, and had to go down there and play another Vets Memorial team. And just injuries caught up to us in that game. And this year, like I said, kids are dealing with adversity. Kids are overcoming adversity. Kids are coming to practice. They're playing hard. All those.
Well, just what y'all said last week, that the kids during the open week were showing up, were practicing, ready to go.
And
it had every
awesome
excuse in the world to not show up,
100%.
to take a day or two off, and they didn't.
So. They don't want to. They want to be there working. And so I really do like our chances on Friday. Like I said, putting two good games back-to-back after a bye week and coming into this game as healthy as we can possibly be with a pretty good game plan and kids that want to win and kids that want to be there and kids that are having fun. Lots of times at this point of the year, lots of the kids are ready to be done. It's been a long season. We've been doing football since the beginning of April, and it's been
I was never ready
a long battle
to be done. I mean,
it's been a
third
long
round
time,
and we're ready to I want to keep playing.
They're ready to play, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love their attitudes and everything they're doing right now.
Awesome.
Health-wise, Coach, would you say you're about as healthy as you've been in a long time, possibly?
Since yesterday, No, we're getting kids healthy, and honestly, and it sounds like it's a cliche, but at this point in the season, everybody's a little banged up.
A little injured.
Football is a physical game, and you've played 10 games, you've had 2 scrimmages, you've been going since August and July and June, and everybody's banged up, things like that. But again, I'll go back to those kids' resiliency, no excuses. They're ready to roll. And even the kids that are injured, guess what? They're coming to practice.
Well, like you just remember Coach Britt saying, he comes up and visits us every Thursday during whatever game is here, the freshman or the JV, and kind of gives a state of the union on injuries and, we're going to get this young man back, or we had a setback with this young man. And it seemed like everything we're getting somebody back instead of I'm not going to have to move somebody from the defense to the offense. Or so the point is we should be ready to take care of business.
You go back 365 days, Coach Britt and I are talking about who can we move to this position to fill this spot and who can we do with this. And this year's not the case, and you talk about the kids being tough and resilient. I'd like to give a shout-out to my guy, Anthony Guerrero, had a pretty bad injury, against Southside, and honestly shouldn't even be walking right now. And we had to pretty much hold him back from wanting to play last Friday. And I was so happy to see that kid get in the game, get 3 reps, and see a couple of glimpses of the old Anthony Guerrero on his senior night. That's a kid that, think about the Medina Valley Panthers, that's a kid that exemplifies our program.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy to not only get him in the game, and we talked about before the game that we get down to the 1 or 2, let's put him in, and sure enough we did. And he won't admit it, but Daniel Reza fell on purpose at the 1-yard line to get his guy a score, and it was an awesome thing to see. And when he got that touchdown, the football team, the student section, the people in the stands
just went crazy.
It was awesome seeing that
because they appreciate what he's given
100%
over the years, the 3 years that he's been giving his blood, sweat, and tears out there for Medina Valley, and it's appreciated.
I look at him,
and that's every player.
I was going to say that. I look at him as one of the guys that has been doing it. The senior class is an amazing group of young men that are going to do everything they can and leave it all out on that football field. It's what you talk about all the time. So.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I've been excited for the playoffs before, but not like this. This is.
Yeah, but
This is it.
You're gonna miss a day of hunting.
I don't care. I hope
Oh.
I miss 4 more
Okay.
Yeah.
Fridays.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to see a return.
Coach Britt said he doesn't want to. Coach Britt said he doesn't want to start hunting yet.
We get to play another team in this district down the line in Miller and see what happens. That'd be a few rounds.
Hunting off a little bit.
I can too.
All right. Well, Coach Medley, we appreciate you coming in again and wish you the best of luck as always tomorrow. Coach
Friday.
Britt, Friday. Sorry. I'm a
And
day
tomorrow.
off. And tomorrow.
Yeah, no, we're excited. So would you like me to tell you who I brought tonight?
Yes.
All right. So offensively, back there, both co-offensive players of the week. Daniel Reza is here, Dan the Man, and Carter Hewitt will be speaking. Defensively, Manny Riojas, number 27. If you remember, he had a club on his thumb there for a little bit. And then special teams, he also plays corner or safety or outside backer. He's kind of all over the field. Jacob Warren. So they all will sit down here and bless y'all and sit here and chat it up. So
you got the real athlete in the Reza family is here too.
Yes. The real athlete is here, Dan the Man. No, I'm just playing Danielle. Whatever, man. Yeah,
all right,
both of them are here. Yeah.
Coach, thank you for everything this year. Looking
course.
forward to having you again next week.
I'm here. I'm here.
After the victory Friday night, we will make plans to have it again here next
Heck
Wednesday.
yeah, let's do it.
So,
hopefully I get to bring. Yeah, hopefully I get to bring 3 more and 3 more kids. And God dog, man, that conversation is going to be exciting. So
it
yeah,
will
I'm looking forward to
Absolutely.
that conversation.
Looking
All
forward
right.
to it.
So. Thank you, Coach Britt.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll have the athletes on here when we return.
Dodson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dodson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
All right, welcome back to the Dodson House Moving broadcast.
11th edition this year of Sports for Supper.
Actually, it's the 10th.
We've had 11 games.
Yeah, but we didn't do one. Let's see, it's the 10th. This is the 10th broadcast.
Oh, we played one on Thursday. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we had the one Thursday. Thank you. You had me there for a minute. Why did we only have
Had you
10?
at hello?
Yeah, you had me at hello. Now we're going to have some of the athletes join us, the offensive player of the week, the defensive player of the week, co-offensive players of the week, or was it co-defensive players of the week? Co-offensive. And the special teams player of the week. So we're going to dive right into that, and since the mic's right in front of you, go ahead, introduce yourself, say who you are, what you do, what you're all about, who's your mama and them, tell us everything.
My name's Daniel Reza. I'm number 22. I play running back and slot.
Daniel, how much of a challenge was it when AG went down and you get thrust into that situation? And I want to be the first one to say what you've done this year, tremendous.
Good job.
Sure. Thank you. It was really the biggest challenge was like learning the slot plays and the running back plays because like just knowing the way that you have to step and the person you have to block it changes, and doing that is just like I don't know. It really changed the way how I play because now I have to block the lineman or a linebacker, so my step is different and yeah.
What was the hardest transition, blocking on a pass play or picking up the blitz, or what was the biggest challenge?
Picking up the blitz mainly because I would just say I'm 140 pounds and going against a big old linebacker, it's just like that's probably the biggest part. Challenges me. Yes, sir.
So how long did you actually feel it took you before your knee actually got or is it back to?
No, no, it still hurts me every now and then, especially getting the cold. It like aches me, but it took me like a full like 9 months to like really start jumping, and like I can't really like get on my knee still. It would take me another full like year to be able to still get on my knee. So it's still like in the healing process. That's why I wear my knee brace, just to add protection to it.
Maury just had shoulder surgery, so he's a little sympathetic. I'm an ex-coach. I don't give you no sympathy, man. It's strap it on and let's go.
Right.
Right?
Yes,
And
sir,
that's the attitude you got to have,
course,
right?
yes,
Hey,
sir.
my team needs me. It's time to rock and roll. But I want to jump on what Maury said, though. You know, you stepping in and filling a need you did a great job. There's only one person probably that could have done a better job, your sister, because she's probably the real athlete when it comes down to it, right? No, but Danielle is here today, a member of the Panther volleyball team. But you know, you did a great job, and you are a senior, and just want to say thank you for giving us a couple of years of Panther football, watching you. It's been enjoyable having you on and watching you. And do you play any other sports?
I did, but ever since like my knee injuries, like it's not the same no more.
Yeah.
It's just like
You ran track probably?
I ran track and basketball. Yes, sir.
You play basketball?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, track, you only got to run straight ahead, so
Yeah.
you could always do that if you want to.
No,
Don't have any regrets your senior year.
No, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I can remember early in the season we'd be watching a couple of the offensive series, and me and Jared would say, "Man, I wish they'd go back to a couple of those swing passes or catch raise across the middle." That's to me, that is your bread and butter. What goes through your mind when that play is called and you know that the ball is coming to you?
I just know I gotta dominate and execute the play, and that I know it's gonna come to me, so I gotta be ready.
I mean, I'd say there might be a couple of players that maybe have better hands than you do, but don't you worry a little bit when you go across the middle and those guys are wanting to put a lick on you like Mr. Warren does when they come across the middle and he's out there at corner?
Yes, sir. I really just don't think about it. You just feel the pressure and just catch the ball. It's football. You're gonna get
That's
hit.
right. It's football. You're gonna.
So
get
you're
hit.
ready. You're ready for it. Then.
I'm ready. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Of course.
Well, what are your plans after this is all over?
I want to go to probably a trade school. I like doing stuff with automotive and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I did with my dad. So.
Coach Britt's big into automotive stuff too.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
You
He
could
may be able to
you,
teach you
in the
something.
off season when he gets a race car out. You could be the head mechanic there.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Daniel, like I said, great having you. Hope we get to see a lot more of you the rest of this season. Hope we got a few more games to watch you at running back, and I hope you don't see every carry. I hope AG's back and gets a few carries too, and they can move you back over to the slot.
Yes, sir.
Get you out there in space and let you run a little bit like this guy over here, So, More, you got anything else for him?
No.
Daniel, thanks a lot. Why don't
Thank
you
you,
go ahead
Daniel.
and pass it over?
A repeat offender also.
Yep. Here we go. Somebody that what is that saying? Somebody that needs no introduction, but we don't have a camera, so you're gonna have to introduce yourself again.
My name is Carter Hewitt. I'm number 1, and I play receiver.
And
DB.
there you go.
Yep. He is one of our two-way players. So Carter, another. Maury and I listened to the game, and again, Tuesday, watched the game, and as I was watching it, I hear Maury get excited again when you caught that one with 14 seconds left in the half, and I'm sitting here saying, no, we're just going to snap it and down it. And then you run the same play that y'all ran the week against Southwest, I believe it was. Just a little shallow cross over the middle, let you get the ball and run. Tell us about that, because once you hit the corner, Maury got excited and said, he's gone. That's Maury getting excited.
We were actually going to knee the ball, and I actually begged for an X under. And me and Coach Maxwell. So, that was a play call, and, I got the under. And the play, the play looked dead, when I hit the sideline. But I just, I tried to make something out of nothing. Found a cutback angle and just reverse field and use my speed to my advantage, being faster than, everybody on Sigoroa. Ended up scoring.
See, we were right at the time when we said we're probably just going to take a knee here But
Yep.
CW had another.
Yeah, no, it was a great play.
Idea.
And of course, you had there was another play in the game, I think, where was it on the little hitch route where you caught it and you busted up the sideline, one move and you were gone?
It was a toss.
Oh, it was a toss sweep. That's what it was. Yep,
yes,
toss
sir.
sweep. You just outran everybody to the sideline. That's not even fair.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's no skill involved in that. It's just speed. Yeah. But yeah, so that was an interesting play because hadn't run that play very often.
No, sir. We were in good field position to run the play, and it looked nice the way they were running their defense. So,
well, you do realize the whole first half, y'all started every possession in the Toros into the field.
Yeah, we did. Thanks to our great defense.
Yep.
Yeah. Led by Manny Riojas.
You know what? That'd be a big plus for this week too.
Yes, sir.
Defense. Take some hints over there. But if y'all could, your defense is usually is sometimes can be your best offense.
Yes, sir.
And they definitely were, as well your special teams. Special teams played well.
Yes, sir.
Kickoff, they start the game inside the 5-yard line, second game in a row. So that was good for them too. So I know last time you were on, we talked a little bit about post high school. Any progress there? I know I saw on Twitter you got another offer.
There's a lot of places of interest, and I'm still going through all my options of where I want to go, and it will be the best fit for me and also the best fit for my family. So that decision is still to be made.
And I met your mother. Did she tell you? Oh, yeah. I met your mother at a Halloween party a couple of weeks ago. What a great lady. What she is.
That is why he has that on his. That's why he has that on his.
Oh, well, yep. And she was just glowing talking about you, as should. I mean, she was really happy about everything that was going on in your life and things that are going on. So, if you're listening out there, Mama Hewitt, hello. Good. Hello again.
Hello, Mom.
Do you ever, during the course of the game, go up to Coach Medley and say, hey, I really would like to ball this serious? Can you find a way to
I actually don't see Coach Medley. Coach Medley's always in the box.
Oh, that's right.
But I will ask Coach Britt. So if I see if it's open, if there's a play, that could be set up, I will let him know because I can see more out on the field. Actually being on there. So
well, you got a feel for it.
Sir.
It's like an offensive line coach will go, to his guys, or the guys will go to the offensive line coach, and they'll talk and they'll say, hey, we think we can get the leverage on this guy over here. Let's try to run the ball over here. So there's a lot of that goes on, especially over the course of your career, and you develop those relationships with coaches.
Yes, sir.
Which has been tough on all of you guys because, it's been a revolving door. And I think you've got a good staff here. Some stability, that they'll stick around for the younger guys. And, you guys that are seniors, y'all have been great role models this year for these younger guys because like we talked with Coach Britt and Coach Medley earlier, it could have been very easy for you guys to lay down.
Yes, sir.
And instead of that, it was you guys, the leadership that you guys provided that pushed these guys to be at practice every day, to work hard in practice. Well, I think coaches pushed y'all to work hard in practice. What was that little thing they call the loafs? Loafers? Yeah, so, but the coaches have a little bit to do with that.
All the players are kind of smiling on that one.
So the coaches have a little bit to do, but it's the senior leadership. And Carter, you've been a great leader for these guys, and appreciate it, and hope you come back around, after your playing days are over, and push these guys a little bit around here.
Maybe give a motivational speech before one of the playoff games in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you too, Daniel.
Business first. We've got a few playoff games we need to win here. Maury, what else you got for Mr. Hewitt?
We'll get back to predictions after we talk.
Predictions
all
after.
Of them.
Okay, let's go ahead and pass that on.
I know what he's going to say. He says it all the time.
Yep.
It's going to win.
W. All right, same thing here, man.
Number 27.
My name is Manny Riojas. I'm number 27, outside linebacker, and I'm a senior.
Another senior. There you go. Got some ink there too, man.
I'm all tatted up.
Yeah, you got some ink.
Bad boy. Bad boy. And then of course Tigger.
Yeah.
But question for you, and I know this has to frustrate you a bunch. When you had that in the cast against Southside, there was 3 or 4 times, if you could have used your fingers, that quarterback wouldn't have got away. And I guarantee you the score of that ball game would have been a lot different.
Yeah, playing with the club was like, it was like hard to get used to because that was like my first game back from injury. So I was trying to get used to it, and like as the games went on, like I got more used to it and like using it at practice. But like that first game, it was a struggle using it, but had to get through it.
Because you lived in their backfield.
Yeah.
That game.
It was fresh.
We were like, man, he's just not wrapping up. And then we find out, well, that makes us look like a fool. You can't wrap up because we knew you were injured, but we couldn't tell that it was. What is that like when you? I mean, how did you adjust to playing with that for a while?
Like again, just at practice, like getting used to it, like getting more reps in, and just like because my fingers they were just straight, like my hand was just straight on a club, so I just kept going through practice, just finding different ways to like coast space and just not have to like just dive at somebody, like trying to get better at wrapping up with the club.
It actually seems like it would make you maybe more efficient in wrapping up and tackling.
It makes you think about it more.
Makes you think about it. What was it like to not be out there the first few weeks? How frustrating was that? Because we see the intensity that everybody on defense plays with, and especially, you guys, y'all are flying all over the place. How hard was it to sit on the sidelines and want to get back out there?
It was frustrating. It was like just having to watch everybody, like be around my teammates still, just keep everybody lifted up after, like, I just had to accept it and just move on, just support my team, just wait, just be patient.
Run play or pass plays do you like defending the most?
Oh, I like run plays. I'm straight for the contact.
There you go. Well, it doesn't seem like it because every time the quarterback rolls out, and Villegas and the other Viejo are there, and they can't even turn the corner. That's if they get by Lomo, which they very seldom get by him. And you guys have just been on the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball has just been tremendous in allowing the offense to make the plays. What does that make? I mean, and y'all are a unit though. When both teams come off, everybody is together. What does that feel like to have that brotherhood, respect for everybody else?
I mean, it feels good. It's all from like us seniors bringing everybody together. Like it's our last year, so we want to leave a legacy to all the underclassmen, so they know what to expect for next year. Like have more brotherhood and like be close with everybody. Like that's how a team is.
I think you've done that already.
Close.
Absolutely.
What y'all have done this year is already topped what we've seen around here in 20 years. Okay, and that's not a lie.
Whether y'all really don't see it as much as we do because we're out in the public, but the community is all in 100% on you guys, and it's you guys sitting here that have blood, sweat, and tears for 3-4 years or 15 years combined with the senior games that y'all have played from freshman all the way up. It's you guys that have brought this back. And
not to mention the practice field y'all had to practice on all year. Jeez, I hadn't heard one of y'all complain about it.
No, you got to get used to it.
Yeah,
hey,
I mean, and
you do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. But that was a dirt bowl, mud bowl sometimes out there, and at least y'all didn't have the sticker patches that we had. We had sticker patches.
Yeah, well, it's all right.
But anyway,
what are you keying on, or is there a certain aspect that you want to bring to the game Friday night?
I just want to set the tone, just fly around. Like, it's gonna be an aggressive game, so just want to be the first one to get the hits on Victoria East's offense. Just set the tone early, let them know that we're here.
Are they more? Do they impose more in the passing aspect or the running aspect that you think that y'all would have to deal with more?
On their run game, we just gotta do all of us, all 11. We gotta fly to the ball and just like take away any gaps that we see, any open gaps, so there's no cutbacks. Offense, same thing. We just gotta fly around to the ball.
Awesome.
Cool.
Do you play any other sports?
Just track. That's it.
What do you run in track?
Well, I don't really run anything. I just do jumps. Like I do long jump and triple jump.
And what's your personal best in those?
Like 43, 40
Triple?
on triple, yeah.
It's not bad.
43 or something around there. Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Well, hopefully you don't have to concentrate on that for a while. You know.
Yeah, no, not for a while.
Yeah.
Anything after school? What do you plan on doing after you graduate?
I mean, I plan on going to barber school because I've been cutting hair for a while. So, you know, I'm the team barber.
That's cool.
Everybody needs one. You do that, right?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you, Manny, and we wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Pass it on over there to the next young man. Same deal, man.
Yes, sir. My name is Jacob Warren. I'm number 24. I'm a junior. I play cornerback, run special teams, just whatever my coaches ask me to do.
And it's been you guys that on special teams have set the tone the last two games by pinning the other team down deep. And if we're not mentioning your name on special teams, it's Gunnar Enosa, Jackson, Calvert, just a whole slew. What pride do you take in knowing that, hey, we're going to get this game started, we're going to pin them down deep and set the tone?
Yes, sir. I take pride in that. Special teams is the first play of every game, and, you just got to go down there and set the tone and just let the other team know that it's going to be a dogfight and we're going to go hit you in the mouth and not let up.
There used to be I'm excited to hear you say something like that because many years ago, people were scared of Panthers. They'd see that black helmet come in there, and they were intimidated because they knew they were about to get hit.
Yes, sir.
It's been missing for a long time.
Yes,
And to hear you talking about that, going out there and setting the tone, brings back a lot of memories that, we're looking forward to seeing in future years. What grade are you again?
A junior.
You're a junior, so you'll be back next year.
Yes, sir.
To help continue that tradition.
You were on the varsity last year, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's what I thought. What's the transition been like from last year to this year? Has it gone smoothly, or has it been just under different coaching? Has it been more aggressive for you guys, or how has it worked?
I think it's gone smoothly. Our new coaching staff has done a great job. It's definitely more intense, but I like it, and they've done a good job putting us in best position to succeed, and just really giving us a whole different mindset than last year, and I really appreciate that.
Run support or pass? What do you prefer?
Sir?
Run support or pass defense? What do you prefer best out there?
I prefer run support. I really like coming down and just.
You guys just like
people.
to hit somebody.
Yes, sir.
But you also put some licks on them when they catch the ball across the middle too.
Yes, sir. Sometimes I do my best.
You do good. Who, when you're out there, who is usually the safety in the corner on the other side? Because y'all work in packages, correct?
Yes, sir.
So who is out there when you're out there?
James Stanton, James Martinez are our safeties. On the other side will be Landon Burns, Christian Maldonado. We got a great secondary, great group of guys,
Who does the calling for the secondary as far as the coverage and what the package is each play?
That's Coach Lenhart. He draws stuff up. He does a great job scheming for the other team. He puts us in the best position we can to stop the other team's passing game.
Who's the player on the field that makes the call? Or y'all get that from the sidelines also?
Well, the safeties will call it for their half of the field, so James Stanton will call it for his half. James Martinez will call it for his half. It just depends on how the offense lines up, and we just, if they motion, the call will change, and we just adjust to whatever the offense does.
So you never change sides? You're always on one side, or do you change to strong side, weak side? How does that work as far as coverage goes?
We usually have Landon Burns on the offensive. Oh, no, the other team's sideline, and then the other corners on our sideline, and we just, play sidelines. And then as far as safeties goes, they have strength, so the safeties will switch sides depending on the field boundary or how the offense lines up.
Yeah, week to week kind of deal. Well, cool. What other sports you play?
I run track, and that's pretty much it.
That's great. All these guys run track.
That's why we're
That's
fast.
That's how you build a program.
Yes,
track in the weight room.
Jimmy Johnson says speed kills.
Speed kills. Absolutely. Well, what else we got from Mr. Warren?
I want to hear if we're going to have any trash can action. the
All right,
two
well, let's
guys.
go ahead. Let's move into
Make a
predictions.
prediction.
Go ahead, Jacob.
We're
Make
going to have
your prediction.
a interception, tackles for loss, you scoop and score.
I say we have at least 2 turnovers.
No, this is for you. This is
Yes.
individual.
Oh, for me?
You,
Yeah,
yes,
this is
for me,
individual.
personally.
Okay.
Call your shot.
Couple of breakups and maybe interception, you know.
Offense is gonna score a lot, so I'm gonna be on kickoff a lot. So I think I'm gonna tackle that returner every time I'm on kickoff, and I go in on defense, couple pass breakups, some tackles, pick 6. You know.
Ooh,
There
pick
you
6.
go.
There you
There
go.
you
Now
go.
we got to it. He got
All
pick
right.
6. All right, sir. Thank you. Go ahead and pass it over here to Manny. Prediction
Prediction?
for you. What are you going to do?
You're going to have some tackles for
Gotta have
loss.
a big play.
I'm expecting a sack, a couple tackle for losses. I'm hoping to get a pick or force fumble. I want to take one back.
Okay.
Get a touchdown.
And I guess I need to explain to you guys that hadn't been here before, but usually the guys will call their shots, and
it
a
usually
lot of
works.
times it happens
Yes.
because one of the things that sports psychologists talk about is that if you see yourself doing something, you can make it happen, and so that's kind of why we do a lot of this
So,
stuff.
do you have your name on the trash can yet?
No, not yet.
turnover, there
Not
we
yet,
go.
So I'm waiting for it.
There it is.
All
There
right.
it is. I love it.
All right, go ahead and pass it over.
Daniel?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have that touchdown on the P torch, and then on one more on a play. I don't really want to say it, but
Don't give
say it.
nothing away.
No, I got you. Yeah. It's
So 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
All right.
Now, you're going to have to, off the air, you're going to have to explain to me
What a P
what
torch
the
is.
P torch is because.
Oh, I got you. Just
No.
Yeah, we don't want to give away too much.
Don't give it away. After we go to a commercial break.
All right.
And I
Carter.
know what this answer is going to be, Mr. Unselfish.
My prediction is a win and a ticket to the second round of the playoffs.
There you go. All right, guys, we appreciate all you guys coming in. We appreciate everything you seniors have done for Medina Valley,
And
Medina Valley
junior.
football. And Mr. Warren, we want to continue seeing you do great things for the Panthers and representing Medina Valley well. So best of luck to all you guys. Hope to see some of y'all here again next Wednesday.
And I am proud that I am a Panther with you guys.
Absolutely. Same here. So we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll come back and wrap things up.
Shout out Coach Britt and Melly.
Dodson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dodson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you. Sammy's Restaurant and Habeas Alsatian Bakery, 2 legendary landmarks in Castroville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Castroville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Habeas Alsatian Bakery a must-to-visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Habeas Alsatian Bakery, online at habeasbakery.com.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas, has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network for the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tandre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices.
And welcome back to Sports for Supper, brought to you by Dotson House Movers. Good luck, Coach. Coach Britt, Coach Medley, players.
Great group of young men again.
It's great. I hope we can.
And some young men that have faced some
adversity.
Yep. And have answered the challenge and couldn't be happier to call them Panthers.
It's we started this year off. It's kind of like the my Texas Tech Red Raiders. You start the year off with all this anticipation. They talked up the guys. Coach Britt, all the coaches, the community was talking this team up, and then you lose one right off the bat. To a pretty good Kerrville team. And, you kind of, all right, chalk that one up because we're still putting in a new offense, learning, and didn't play terrible, but the kids played hard. And then you get John Jay, who was –
they were better.
Bigger, faster, more physical. And as they showed, I think they got second or third in that 6A district. Yep. They're playing Laredo Alexander this weekend. First round of the playoffs, and then after that it was okay, we got to start this thing rolling, and you go into district, and I think we got a couple of wins or had a win, and then you go to Southside and both teams are undefeated, and you had high expectations. Their expectations were higher than they've been around here in a long time, and to drop the next two games was rather, it was demoralizing, but the kids were resilient, and the kids stuck it out, and they stayed with it. And, all the credit goes to the coaching staff and these kids and their families. So, it's been an honor watching them this year. We hope that this is the year that the drought busts. But if it doesn't, the future's bright. We've got some good things to look forward to. So, still excited about what's going to be happening in Panther football. Of course, we will be going 6A next year. So February we'll find out which way, either we're going west or east. I think we'd all prefer to go west and have a few trips to Laredo and Eagle Pass and Del Rio. Or we could, go east in some kind of made-up district over there. But, things that are in front of us right now are positive. Playoff game coming up Friday night in Victoria. We will have it on air. We were approved for the live stream, for the video broadcast, so we will have it, and we will have our cameraman.
And the weather's going to be
nice, cool, maybe a little rainy.
Little rain, so if you decide to stay home, you can tune in. You can listen to Jeff and I, and we will have video, so hopefully we'll do the best we can and bring you all the action, and I'm looking forward to it, Jeff.
Yep, it's going to be fun times. Looks like we got one person tuned in right now. I guess they don't want to hear us. I
don't blame them.
The athletes are off, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Maury, thanks.
You're welcome.
We're done for now until hopefully next Wednesday. We'll be back after a Panther victory this Friday night, but for sure you could tune in Friday night. We'll be live about 6:45 from Victoria Memorial Stadium. This is Jeff Stivers for Maury Stein and the